Welcome to today's market report. European stock markets are seeing edged higher at the opening on Friday, partially rebounding after sharp losses in the previous session. Gains could be short-lived though, with investors anxious over the economic impact of the second wave of the COVID-19 virus as well as the ongoing Brexit talks. DAX futures contract in Germany traded 0.1% higher, trading at 12,700. CAC 40 climbed 1% at 4,800. FTSE 100 rose 0.8% at 5,900. European stock indexes posted their largest losses in more than 3 weeks on Thursday, with the Stoxx Europe 600 index largely easing all its gains for October and dropping the most since 21st of September. Friday is likely to see a small bounce, but European equities have generally lost momentum as the pandemic and impasse in US stimulus talks and the potential for UK's trade negotiations with the European Union to end badly weigh on investor confidence. Europe seems to be losing the fight to keep their economies open as the COVID-19 virus spreads. Starting this weekend, Londoners will be banned from mixing with other households, and residents of Paris and other major French cities face a curfew for 4 weeks. Additionally, although German Chancellor Angela Merkel reported some movement on Thursday in talks between European Union leaders about a potential Brexit agreement, the two sides have barely made any progress this week, and time is running very short. In corporate news, German carmaker Daimler is likely to be in focus on Friday after it posted forecast-beating third-quarter results late on Thursday, citing a faster-than-expected market recovery and strong business in September. LVMH said strong growth at its biggest fashion brands buoyed revenue in the third quarter, partly offsetting steep declines in other segments of the luxury group that have been hit hard by the coronavirus pandemic. Oil prices weakened on Friday amid continued concerns about stagnating demand as a spike in COVID-19 cases in Europe, and the United States hits economic activity in two of the world's biggest fuel-consuming regions. Crude futures traded 0.8% lower at $40.62 per barrel. Brent contract fell 0.9% to $42.78 per barrel. Gold futures traded flat at $1,909.50 per ounce. On the FX front, GBPUSD wallows in lows below 129 in European trading this Friday, extending Thursday's sell-off after the European Union gave an ultimatum to the UK PM Boris Johnson to agree on concessions and reach a trade deal or get ready for a no-deal Brexit. The risk appears to the downside for the cable as PM Johnson will decide on the Brexit fate, setting out his approach later on Friday. From a near-term technical perspective, the spot is on the verge of a symmetrical triangle breakdown on the daily chart following a rejection at the horizontal 50-day moving average resistance, now at 130.16 a day before. The 14-day relative strength index has pierced below the midline, suggesting that the additional downside remains on the cards. A daily close below the powerful support at 128.85, the confluence of the rising trendline support at the 21 DMA could confirm the triangle breakdown. Subsequently, the bullish 100 DMA support at 128.36 could be challenged. UK Foreign Secretary Dominic Raab this morning said, "We are disappointed and surprised by the European Union's position on Brexit. We cannot have to make all the compromises on Brexit. We are close to a deal. With goodwill on both sides, we can get there." According to the UOB, GBP could weaken further, but the odds for a clear break of the major support at 128.45 are not high. Overall, GBP in the next 1 to 3 weeks is likely to trade on a slightly defensive mode, with 130.50 acting as a strong resistance. Euro-dollar has declined by 1% so far this week and looks set to extend losses as the technical picture is bearish despite the fact that the pair is entering oversold conditions according to Friday's 4-hour chart. The Euro-dollar pair is trading largely unchanged on the day around 117. The region's coronavirus cases continue rising, with several countries and regions tightening restrictions in a bid to halt the spread. Germany's health minister has said the country's contact tracing capacity is reaching its limits. The recent spikes are weighing on the euro and also on global markets. Meanwhile, the dollar is holding on to its gains amid growing uncertainty about the US fiscal stimulus and the potential for a breakdown in Brexit talks. The dollar index edged higher at 93.873. Dollar yen was at 105.33. This is today's market news. Thanks for listening. We'll see you next time.